Rem na siam tu de chu aneng a thole pathian fa vo an ni don sia. It is a great privilege and honor for me to be with the Honorable Vice President of India and Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Sri M. Venkaiah Naidu, here in this august house. Sir, I, on behalf of this house and on behalf of Mizoram, welcome you here. The Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu, is a visionary leader who has rendered tireless service to the nation. Now may I invite the Honorable Vice President of India, Sri M. Venkaiah Naidu, to address the House.
Kaunahu dutak tevu chibai kule inbula kalam dehi kalam em yamani. Honorable Governor Dr. Haribabu Kamampati, Sri Rarinarayana Selo, Honorable Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, Sri Pu Zoramatangaji, Honorable Chief Minister of Mizoram, leaders of various parties, Honorable members of Mizoram Legislative Assembly. I am really delighted to be here in this beautiful state, this beautiful assembly, to meet and address you in this august house. This is the highest law-making body and truly epitomizes our democratic principles and ethos. I being not only as the Vice President, but as the Chairman of the Upper House of India, I feel happy whenever I go to any state to meet the legislators, and particularly to address a state assembly. I would like to thank the Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, Ministers and all the members and party leaders of the Mizoram Legislative Assembly for giving me this opportunity. At the outset, I convey my greetings and my best wishes to the people of Mizoram. I was told that this year is the 50th anniversary of the Mizoram Legislative Assembly with the Golden Jubilee celebrations slated to be held in May. I congratulate all the members, the past and the present of this August House on this historic occasion. It is a happy coincidence that this year we are also celebrating 75 years of independence as an independent nation. Your Assembly's Swarna Mahotsav and the country's Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav celebrate India's remarkable progress in the democratic journey. 50 years ago, Mizoram became a separate entity and started its journey as a union territory and later became a full-fledged state of the Union of India on the 20th February 1987, becoming the 23rd state in India. I am especially pleased at the way Mizoram has deepened our country's democratic roots by peaceful electoral process, graceful conduct of legislators in the Assembly, and sustained inclusive development endure over the last 5 decades. We need to recognize the exalted place that law-making bodies occupy in the public perception. It is indeed the sacred place where people's voices are articulated and heard, where their hopes and fears are debated, where the laws that protect them, foster their growth and enable fast-tracked national development are formulated. It is gratifying to note that the sessions of this House are conducted with the utmost discipline, diligence and decorum. You have indeed upheld the trust, hopes and aspirations that people have reposed in you as their representatives. I was going through the different phases and also inquired about the functioning of the legislature. I am really very happy about the performance of Mizoram legislature. I congratulate all of you in setting a high benchmark that the other state legislatures and even the parliament can emulate. As I told you, being the chairman of Rajya Sabha, I preside over the upper house, but sometimes, unfortunately, when things go out of the way and there is too much obstruction, we feel unhappy. I feel pained as the chairman of the upper house when disturbances take place. In democracy, legislatures are meant for debate, discussion and decision, not for disruption. In parliament, in assembly, you have an opportunity to articulate your views, to discuss the proposals made by the government, differ with the government, and have a meaningful debate so that the government also can be benefited, the bureaucracy also can be guided by the valuable suggestions that are made by legislators from this side or that side. So that's why I tell my parliamentarians, I tell legislators in different parts of the country, because when I see disturbances in certain legislatures, happenings even during governor's address or during presentation of budget, and disturbances occur, it pains me. I tell people, please, if you want to articulate your views, there are two ways. Either talk out or walk out. Don't make a breakout, because it will make all out of democracy. This has to be, I am saying this not for the legislators of Mizoram. I am saying this for the legislators of the entire country. When I say something as Vice President, the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, it goes and reaches to people in different regions. That's why. And I always maintain, let the government propose, let the opposition oppose, and let the House dispose. That should be the approach. Then the people's aspirations are heard, respected, and decisions are taken by the legislature. That's why I congratulate all of you in setting a high benchmark that other state legislatures and even the parliament can evaluate. Mizoram has demonstrated the power of dialogue and peaceful settlement of disputes so essential in a democracy. The signing of the historic Memorandum of Settlement between Government of India, Government of Mizoram and the Mizo National Front in 1986 ended more than 2 decades of unrest and strife and ushered in peace and progress. Peace is the prerequisite for progress. If you have tension, you cannot pay attention. This has to be understood by one and all. So all of us who are all part of this great country, we must all work for peace. And peace brings happiness. Peace brings prosperity and also happiness. The peace accord has served as an example upon which similar peace agreements have become a reality in the other parts of the northeastern region. You must be proud that Mizoram today is not only counted as one of the most peaceful states in the country, but has embarked upon the developmental journey with a rare earnestness. This is ultimately what our constitutional makers have dreamt of. They wanted our country's governance to be responsive to the needs and aspirations of the people and resolve differences through peaceful democratic conversation. I must congratulate the people of Mizoram for their total involvement, which gave an extraordinary momentum to the political process, as a result of which the state witnessed the restoration of peace and order. It is quite remarkable that your state has had peaceful elections right from the first state assembly elections in 1987 to the recent 2018 election. Significantly, I am told that there has been never a single instance of coercion or booth capturing in the history of Mizoram. I am very happy to note that your state has taken the laudable initiative of strengthening grassroots level democracy. As well, the Honorable Governor, Dr. Haribabu Kamampati, has informed me that regular elections have been held in the state at local levels in a peaceful, harmonious environment with the active involvement of the church, the non-governmental organizations, and the civil society. This is truly a tribute to the character of the people determined to enhance the quality of the country's democratic ethos. Mizoram occupies a special place in my heart. Its rich history and splendid cultural diversity, its rolling hills, lakes and rivers, and breathtaking scenic beauty have always held enduring appeal for me. It is indeed commendable that you have carefully nurtured and preserved this fascinating mosaic of ethnic and cultural traditions over the centuries. Warmth, generosity, gentleness, kindness, and compassion are defining and enduring attributes of the Mizo people. I feel greatly enthused and inspired when I visit northeastern region. Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi has often spoken about the strength and possibility of the region and the immense collective potential it possesses. Truly, the 8 states, Ashtalakshmi, as some have called them, are the pride of our great nation. The Prime Minister Narendra Bhai, while pronouncing the Actist policy in 2014, underlined that northeastern region would be its fulcrum, and this region would emerge as an effective growth engine for shared benefits. He further stressed that culture, commerce, and connectivity and capacity building would propel this policy. I always say, and I believe, that we must respect the nature. Nature, culture, together for better future. That should be our approach. Mizoram occupies an area of strategic importance in the northeastern corner of our great nation by virtue of being sandwiched between Myanmar in the east and south and Bangladesh in the west. Within the renewed Actist policy of the Government of India, Mizoram is set to occupy the center stage as it will serve as an all-important gateway of Southeast Asian economies into the region as well as into the country. I am confident that in the coming years, Mizoram will become a fulcrum in the region's growth and development through the important Kaladan multimodal project, which when completed will transform the economy of not only just Mizoram, but the entire northeastern region and help accelerate economic growth and development. Even though Mizoram was a late starter in the developmental process as compared to other northeastern states, I am extremely pleased to note that the rapid strides being made by this important state towards socio-economic development with completion of several infrastructure projects. This kind of transformation is clear evidence of resurgence, what I had earlier called NER in NER, NER in NER, which means the new era of resurgence in the northeast region. The COVID-19 pandemic has tested our nation's strength and resilience. I am told that Mizoram continues to be among the hardest hit states. I am happy to note that Mizoram has been able to fight the pandemic effectively due to the untiring efforts of communities, churches, community-based organizations. This unique model based on the CHAWHMA, the Mizo Code of Ethics and Life as the guiding principle has been the mantra of Mizoram's fight against the pandemic. The synergy of collective efforts has apparently contributed to low mortality and low hospitalization rates. Mizoram has exemplified the essential dimension of democracy in its recognition of making development people-centric and empowering people to become active agents of positive change. The truest measure of a progressive state is the welfare of its people and their development. It should be the effort of the government to ensure that the benefit of growth reaches all sections of society, the poorest of the poor. They should feel happy that they have become partners in the developmental story of their state and the country. I am happy to learn that the state government professorship program, the Socio-Economic Development Program, SEDP, which seeks to bring about socio-economic development that is inclusive and people-centric. It is heartening that the latest sustainable development goals, SDG India Index 2021, Mizoram has improved its ranking from the 21st position in 1920 index to the 12th position in 2021 index. It's a remarkable progress. I congratulate all of you, the government and all of you, for this remarkable progress. The resources and assets, where they are agroforestry based resources, particularly the bamboo-rich resource of the state, the river resources, the congenial weather must be harnessed in all possible ways to make sustainable development a reality. Under the leadership of the able Chief Minister, I am sure that the state government will achieve its SDGs. Mizoram's impressive track record has enabled it to draw upon a substantial support from the union government and various agencies for its development endeavors. Center, state must always work together. State and the local bodies, they must all work together. Because this unity, with regard to development, that will really help to accelerate the developmental process. This is evident. The central government allocation of funds to the tune of 600 crores in the union budget this year for two important projects under the newly announced Prime Minister Development Initiative for Northeast scheme. These two projects, construction of Aizwal bypass on the western side from Sihmui to Mulungatu for rupees 500 crores and 100 crores for the pilot project for construction of bamboo link roads at different locations in various districts in the state will go a long way in boosting the state's economy and securing livelihood for many people. I would like to emphasize crucial importance of physical infrastructure, particularly transport infrastructure, as a key prerequisite for economic development. I am aware that the state government is focusing on this, and I will encourage them to continue their efforts. I am happy that certain projects like Champhai, Jokwatar Road, Trabang, Kavapuche and Chumkum Chote Road constructed with World Bank Fund and Serchiship Bairpui Road constructed under the Asian Development Bank were completed last year. I am told that the construction of the broad gauge line from Bairabi to Sihmui near Aizwal is making good progress. I had an occasion to see it were coming also. Once it is completed, it will open up new growth avenues and usher a new era of progress and development. Along with infrastructure development, you are quite appropriately focusing your attention on agriculture and allied activities like horticulture and floriculture. In Mizoram, like many parts of the country, agriculture is the main occupation, and some of the major festivals like Mimkot, Chapcharkot and Polkot in Mizoram are connected with agricultural activities. Agriculture is our basic culture. It has to be strengthened. Development of agriculture is essential for bringing about overall prosperity and attaining food security. Sustainable agricultural practices must be encouraged and promoted. In addition, Mizoram has a great potential for expanding horticulture and floriculture. Orchids and arthuriums, for example, can not only generate additional income to farmers, but also make Mizoram a favorite tourist destination. The Anthurium festival and the traditional festival of Chapcharkot, which you celebrate just week, can also help the promotion of tourism. Mizoram is blessed with rich forest resources which need to be preserved and protected. We have inherited a beautiful planet, and it is our moral duty to leave enough resources for our future generations. This requires an attitude of caring for nature, avoiding wasteful consumption, and increasing the use of renewable sources of energy, namely hydroelectricity. There is a lot of scope for this. Solar and wind and biomass. This area should be focused more and more. Mizoram has great scope for small-scale industries based on bamboo and timber products, agro-industry, handloom and handicrafts, as well as medicinal and aromatic plants. The beautiful Mizo shawls and the pawn of different designs reflect the weaving skill of the Mizo woman. Your state indeed richly endowed with natural resources, and you are nurturing human resources well through education and health. I am happy to note that Mizoram attained a literacy rate second only to Kerala among the states. With their highest literacy level and English language skills, the youth of Mizoram enjoy a distinct advantage. This talented large pool of human resources is today scripting Mizoram's development journey and of the nation as well. I always feel that we must promote our mother tongue. You will be able to articulate better, our children think and articulate better in their mother tongue. I always say, mother tongue is like your eyesight. Other languages are like spectacles. If you have eyesight, spectacles will work effectively. Learning English is good. It will be useful. I suggest to the children, first promote your mother tongue, learn English, learn Hindi, as many languages as possible. Because the world is opened up. Opportunities are many, a number of places. So, when we move out, we must be able to understand and also speak their language. But here, at home, within ourselves, we must converse in our mother tongue. That is my appeal, not only to Mizo people, but also to the entire country. While we have steadily strengthened our country's democratic fabric and have set a shining example of ideal democratic traditions, I thought there are few areas of further improvement that you may take note of. 2 days ago, on 8th March, the world celebrated International Women's Day. It was an occasion to recognize that our development strategy must fully involve women. Their participation in all walks of life can accelerate development and make our developmental process more inclusive because they constitute 50% of the population. This also is in keeping with the central principle of a vibrant democracy where each person has equitable opportunities to grow and contribute to the growth of our country. An issue that I would like to flag is the representation of women in legislatures of our country. It is generally perceived that women enjoy a better position in the socio-cultural and political matrix of this region, given its cultural ethos. But I find representation of women in the legislative assemblies of the northeastern states is on the lower side. While the assemblies of Mizoram, Nagaland do not have any women members, it ranged from 2 in case of Manipur to 5 in the Tripura Legislative Assembly. Of the total 498 members in the 8 legislative assemblies of the region, there are only 20 women members constituting only 4%. There is a strong case for involving more women members in the law making in the region. Even in the parliament, women constitute only about 11%. There is a scope for increasing it and improving it. I sincerely hope that in the years to come, women will get elected in considerable strength to this assembly also. You also may like to examine if the assembly sessions should also be planned over a reasonable period of time so that there is enough time to deliberate, discuss, debate, and finally decide. Comparatively, you meet more when compared with some of the other states. So I hope that all state legislatures, all across the country, and also parliament, they must meet more often, discuss issues, and then take decisions. So more sittings of legislature and more constructive debates are very useful. The legislatures, including that of northeast states, need to meet more often and for longer duration and devote themselves to lawmaking, ensuring an accountability. With ample natural resources and a conducive atmosphere, the close-knit Mizo society can aspire to become one of the most prosperous states in the country. I am touched by the warm welcome and colorful reception you have accorded me today. I would like to thank the Honorable Governor, Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Ministers and MLAs and leaders of parties and the Government of Mizoram. The Honorable Governor of Mizoram has been a long-term friend right from my student days and colleague. We have worked together in public life. I am happy to visit Mizoram while he is here. I once again convey my greetings and good wishes to each one of you, honorable members of this august house, and all the people of Mizoram for your dedication, hard work, and your untiring efforts to make your beautiful state into one of the most prosperous and peaceful states in the country. Let us continue to work as a Team India, capitalizing on each other's strengths with the ultimate aim of transforming the lives of our people in this region. We should not only make people prosperous, we must make them happiness. Happiness. That is very important. As we celebrate 75 years of development, independent India, Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav, we must resolve, take a Mahasankalpa, a pledge to strengthen the grand democratic tradition of our nation. We must ensure that our state assemblies and parliament become effective instruments for shaping the new India with all our dreaming of. We want a strong, stable, peaceful, prosperous, happy nation, where there is no illiteracy, where there is no poverty, where there is no social discrimination, where there is no regional discrimination, where there is no gender discrimination. We would like to see and work for such a strong, stable, and happy India. Our democracy is one of the oldest and the largest in the world. So let us make it the best. Jai Hind, Kalo Mein.
Inspiring message. The two good friends will work together for the betterment of our state. Now, may I request Mizoram Thanga, Honorable Chief Minister of Mizoram and Leader of the House, to propose vote of thanks.
Propose words of thanks. Vote has to be avoided.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
His Excellency, the Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu, and His Excellency, the Governor of Mizoram, and Honorable Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of Mizoram. Today, it's my great privilege, and I'm proud to be here to welcome the Vice President of India, because here in one of the most corner state of India, it's a very difficult timing, let me say, that for the people living there in Delhi, coming to Mizoram and spend some time, even to stay for a day, is quite a big problem. Despite all these things, we understand that Your Excellency, apart from your office burden there as a Vice President of India, but even as a Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, you have been burdened with a lot of problems here and there, and a busy time that you shall be having. In spite of all these things, you can come to Mizoram, and it's a great privilege for the people of Mizoram to welcome you. And today, when you made an address here in the Assembly, we are really delighted. As you yourself has said, Your Excellency, here in the state of Mizoram, we have a very lovable governor of Mizoram from your state, from the Andhra Pradesh. And as people jokingly made a comment that in the Shakespeare's drama, there is the two gentlemen of Verona. Here we are having two gentlemen from Andhra, and Vice President and the Governor. And I wonder whether people will believe that all the people coming from Andhra have a high altitude. But nevertheless, with all these things, we really welcome. And despite our busy schedule of the budget session, we are really pleased when we see your program. Therefore, I believe that since you have come to Mizoram before, and here, that really shows that you really care for Mizoram. And apart from this vote of thanks, I like to mention 1 or 2 points in my vote of thanks. One is that, as you yourself has said, the session that you have there in the Rajya Sabha and even in the Lok Sabha, we witnessed there through the television, etc. Comparing with our session, it really is different. Here, the session that we are having, some people jokingly used to say that it's like a meeting of a religious organization. Here, there is no problem. We share our views together, sometimes argue together, and it is with this peaceful and exemplary atmosphere that we used to have a session here. And we are addicted to that. And we are really happy to have a kind of this beautiful atmosphere in the session. And we like to make it contagious to the neighboring states and to the parliament, the 2 parliament houses of India also. That is one point. The second thing is that here, as you have rightly said, that Mizoram used to be the most disturbed state. But since 1986, when peace came, it became the most peaceful state. And remembering this, with the central government giving us, and which has never been given before, a very beautiful coining which we call peace bonus, which other states never know. So now we have, a long time ago, in the 2000s, in the beginning of 2000, you have given us the peace bonus, which we are really grateful. And now we are intending to export that peace to the neighboring states. As Your Excellency knows, here we are surrounded in the east by Myanmar, in the west by Bangladesh, and in the north and there in the northwest, surrounded by the northeastern states, full of insurgency. Look at Manipur, look at Assam, Meghalaya, and Nagaland, and there in the Chittagong Hill Tracts, there in Arakan, and now comes Myanmar. There's a big conflagration of fire of insurgency surrounding us here. But Mizoram, being the meeting point of the 3 countries, this triangular junction point, we're trying to show how peace can be attained from the most disturbed state to the most peaceful state. And a decade ago, even the Myanmar military government requested Mizoram and the government of India to make peace, for which, together with the National Security Advisor, Mr. Doval, we went to meet the Myanmar representative, and we are about to embark on that peace mission. But because of the election, and then things could not go on as we wish. But now, as I understand, the Myanmar government is embarking on requesting the government of India to make peace in our neighbor. Therefore, it is my belief that the greatest things Mizoram can do, the Mizo people can do, is export peace to the neighboring state. Inasmuch as we are exporting the type of the assembly session atmosphere which we are exporting. Therefore, exporting peace to our neighbors, which we have been doing for quite a long time, we shall be able to achieve a lot. And with this, Mizoram being the symbol of peace in India, the most successful peace accord ever signed by the government of India. I believe that, as our speaker has read out there, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. I believe that India will play a very important role in making peace with Myanmar and in the neighboring states. So with your coming, Your Excellency, the Vice President of India, we hope that you will have the habit of coming often here. The only thing that we can offer is a fresh, beautiful air, unpolluted air that we have, which is a rare commodity down there in Delhi. Without charging any price, we can give you this beautiful, unpolluted air here. Apart from that, Mizoram people, the Legislative Assembly, we are ready to serve the nation in the field of economy, in the field of peacemaking, and in the field of the social disturbances in the present catastrophic world. I hope that we shall achieve quite a lot, and I hope that your coming here will give a big impetus to the Legislative Assembly and to the people of Mizoram. So in the name of the members of the Legislative Assembly of Mizoram and in the name of the people of Mizoram, we welcome you and give a lot of thanks for your visit. Thank you very much, Excellency.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Zoram Tanga, House Leader. Now, the proceedings of this session with the Honorable Vice President and Chairman of the Upper House of our great countries is now concluded. All members and honorable vice presidents are requested to proceed for photo session, group photo session. Thank you, sir. Wale tu na churin Zonet chana kan kalanga kan members of the Pusil Sivunga tak sahar sana wangin a local thelo ani question number za sumri le pakhana zo turin Dr. Vanal Thana kan some
Speaker kalome hey soilo ka du chu an start ka zone ya egamo kan ena an start so lo ni nge ke ma zona apo amaro chu kan minister khan a thui palani chon lo chang toy ko ni se ka se thiam nge ti kha kan soi masadu ani kan taxation department chang tu minister zom tak chana tan ena kumsang ni som bakwa atangin champhai district le kolasip district in karatan way bill way bill tiamin engza nge siamani to item voicin ti ania bina kumsang ni som paria atangin champhai district le kolasip district in kar atana way bill atangin sorkara chi engza thuk nge lut to item voicin sina kumsang ni som bakwa som ni atanga tun thlengin POL atangin engzan nge vet mu ani to ini
chal turin na chang tu minister of the Pulal cham lena kan some
Speaker kalome member Zaum tak Dr. Vanal Thana Zona na charna chu GST dan loya EY bill system hi aman dan tu dik tak fully functional man thei ni to ma se a hloma record enna management information system MIS hei hi GSTN centralina an buat sayania MIS hi du tu samin state level en thei turin siam pe fel ala nilova chuwangin kumsang ni som pakwa tanga champhai district le Kolosip district in Kara way bill siamzat item ois hi tun din huna hian soi mai thei anilo bina sangni sompori atangin champhai district le Kolosip district in Kara tana way bill atangin sarkara chiangzat thunge luto item oisin ti hi way bill hi sumdong te in Kara chialak na chi bung ruwa rang chevel chin chian man ruwa ni in chi ol ruk tur do na poimo tak ani sumdong ten bung ruwa te hi an thal le huna chau chia hi aw ma wangin iwoi bil record alang zong zong hi chia lut zat ani kher lova chu wangin azat hi soi chia thei lo ni sina sang hi som pakwa sang hi som hi tanga tun thlengin POL atangin engzat nge vat mu ani to kum sang ni som pakwa som ni awa atanga tun thleng January som ni pani thleng POL atangin vat mu to za chu vaibel cheng noi singthum sang sari zanga somruk panga singthum sang riat zathum somni le paruk ani hetiang hi a break up ani sang ni som pakwa le som ni inkar chungin vaibel che za som pasari nuai som sari panga singriat sang thum zani som pasari sang ni som ni le ni khat chungin vaibel chia za som le pathum nuai som pakhat sanga zariat som sari le pali sang ni som ni pakhat le ni chungin vaibel chia za som li le pali noi som sari le pariat singli sang kwa zani som nga panga avain cheng vaibel chia zathum som sari le panga noi som ruk panga singthum sang riat zathum som li le paruk ani
so bel jo turin members of the Balal Thana Dr. Balal Thana some
Speaker kalome toite turani district thar pathum kan ne te hian taxation office hontum aniem sum lampang kan harsa a khalama te pokhan apui thei be sei naril ru te po ani atin a pahnih na chuan kha na thok kho list khan enila taxation officer te post kha lo ruak nual meya khang te kha no kha thoi tum nau mem ti kha kan zobel ani
le chang turin chi chang tu minister zom tak ul cham le ka so me
Speaker tundin muna chuan district thar pathuma te hian taxation office hon tumna omri lo ti kha zona pakhat na ka chan na ni se pani na chuan post ro khatam maya no kha ni se tia o no kha tumna omem tia hei hi kan tum ve renga ma se kan riat theu angin austerity measure awangin deal khan pa te ngaya deal a po chun kan hlotling hlei thei lova chuwangin tum reng chungin kan la hlotling thei lo ni ti kha ka chan na ni
star question ja samri le panhina jo turin dr banlal tanpuya so me member zom tak
Speaker Kalome General Administration Department Changtu Minister Zom tak kan Chief Minister na ka zona pakhat na lengpui airport chei thatnan financial year 2021 to 22 chungin poisa engzat nge da ani pani na lengpui airport thi Airport Authority of India ne na hlan tumna a omem pathumna a om lo chuan enge a chan ti ni
chang turin gad chang tu ni bok chief minister zom tak Mizoram tha kan so me
Speaker kan member zom tak Dr. Vanal John Puizo na chan na chu hetiang ani leng puyer po che chatnan financial year sang ni som ni pakata changa ni chungin poiseng zan nge da ani ti kha leng puyer po che chatnan financial year sang ni som ni pakat som ni pani chungin sarkarin arhan pain state baseta poisa ada lo ti ani tin bina leng puyer po Airport Authority of India AAI emi ne na hlan tumna omem ti ani leng puyer po ti tun din huna Airport Authority of India ne na hlan tumna omlo ti ani tin apathumna a omlo chuan enge chan ti ani a chan na chu AAI le Mizoram sarkar inkara inrimna terms and conditions acceptable to both parties ala om theilo wangin ani
zo belna zo turin azona nei tu dr banlal tanpuya kan so me
Speaker Kalome kan Chief Minister na zo belna ka zo du ma in lengpui airport chei that mek ani hilomom maya kan ram mel mang lan na masaber khwal zin ten hanon kan ram hanon luan mel mang huna masaber ania ti taka chei that han ni hilomom ka tia kan Chief Minister thanem ngai na te alomom ka tia ni thalai te hian ram changkang nei hi kan chak maya atiangal airport thatak mai kan thalai te poina an chuan tur kan han siam thei hi lomom ka ti ni ka zobel na chu hemi helicopter service ram chunga mi sang hawa hian aizol to lunglei service a hian lunglei a tum hun komzol air helicopter tum huna hian in thiar na mu mal tha hi om tat lo maya dam lo te hi atlang puin helicopter mang te dam lo te an lo ni thina wang hian elai a hian har sanan tok na sai mem thina in thiar na mu mal thazok te min da sak theingem komzol helipad a hian ti thi ka zo belna ni kalome
zo bela zo turin member zom dr zedar thiam sianga so me
Speaker Kalome ka zo belna chu helicopter service poimo khop maya tur kan ga tha tang khanin samphai khi azo tang khianin ne ahla khop me dam lo tan to tun lai kong ti len lai de wang hianin dam lo mang tak ta po hianin chan hi hara tuna hianin thole ni lai tho tan inrin ni a hian service om thina inrin dia chon voi thumania บาคิบุยขัดเดียจะวันชวนนินฮิไลขี้ดำโลติตานเลยมีมองติตานมินตีเบลสักเทงเอ็มที่ฮีกระโดดดัวตินแรงปุยไม่นิโลฮีโทนัดจุ่มหุ่นฮีดิสตริกดังลุงเลยอาเตจำพายังอาเตพอเฮียนินตุนมาขันเอ็นโตชินขันนินกระเทียฮิไลฮีรวมมันตุ่มนะเอาเมมตีข้ากระโดดเบลดัวตินประคัดเสียดีจันเตอุทนี่rural development ละมาจนกันสดตัวมิโซรามาเฮียนินเนี่ยอัตตักตักติตูจูเสียดีฮินี่วางินRD block ฮีให้นักละนัดจนสมสรีเลติเนี่ยมิโซรามาเฮียสมนี่เลปรุเวลคริสโตโลจนนี่เฮียแห่งฮีตีปุ่นเทดานอมังเอ็มโดนตาเสกับเบียวนาลานาเตเคียนินดาเวเทเนียงเอ็มตีฮีก็โซนาดีผู้สปีกเกอร์กลอม
อาทิตย์อันช่างตัวเรียนช่างตัวมินิสต์กันจอมกันสมัยซีเอ็มจอมตัก
เลยผู้สปีกเกอร์โซน่าในตู้กันเมมเบอร์จอมตักดร.วาลนัทจันปุยโซน่าเฮลิคอปเตอร์เซอร์วิสไอโซล่าจังลุงเลนคาร์ทอกชีนักการคอมโซล่าอินเทียร์นัทชาอมลวะมินดาสักเทียงเอ็มอาทิยาอินเทียร์น่ามีงตันนี้ชวนที่มันโตตัวนี่ล้อกัน special assistant จังหวัดตุรกันเราฮิซับอุละเราเสียมเตตูรินรอนติวละกันเราเสียมังไม่ล้อมทำละฟังจุข้าจูทินมีอายันกันสอยเบลดูจูเหตุอาโซนารอนเกนักขันAirport Authority of India เป็กตุ่มน่าอมเอ็มติขานี่มินนร์นัชเทย์ก็ไปมินเปรวันเตียอามาเราจูดิกตักชวนกันจงอันหัวทูสัวอันมานี่ปุ่นมีดังนี่นะเป็กตุ่มprivatize ตุ่มเฮียนไปจูร์ลายเนี่ยเกย์นี่เฮียนไปไตละ Airport Authority of India นะเฮมีย deficit airport ตังคงสิลจารังเตอันนั้นในอิมฟัลเตปอนียงะช่างเราเร่งไหมขอเราเร่งไหมเกนี่ปอยสันไอเตเบรินที่ตักกันที่ชวนตัวนักการ airport building ที่กูกันชวน north east ยันทับเบรตจิงมีอันนี้โดนเชียงขบจูฟังอิน airport authority of India กันเป็กชวนเด็กินตัวเทรนกันที่นั่นส่ยังอินบองอันนุเตอสอร์เทจูสอร์อันสเปกลำไงตัวเล็มโลเตียงค่ะกันเข่งังตีกันลาวะจูเวนกันรามินันในตู้ตักกันนั้นในจวนอัฐันปวดท้องจักจูวางอินคูกันละอินเป็กเทโลนานียก็ทรัมป์สันคอนดิชันนันตีพวกกันอันนี้เย็นเฮตะเองนี่อัตุมไลจินจงฮันสอร์ชัวบังเกนี่อาร์ตุยชุมนัตุยหังมินเป็กขันตุมเดวจีน่าจูวางอินข้างดจวนทรลเวกันเตียจูวางอินปุริยาaviation minister นี่ไล่พวกhanก็จุกลินมินนร์นัสกบมายงอยรู้ก็ที่ฟิล์มทวินกับปุ่มเปลสักเซล่ะกันฟันูเยลเตลุตุกภาษาในธรรมะนี่เราอีกันนั้นสมเลียนังที่ชวนเราปุยที่น่ะภาษาละนี่งอินละโดนเนี่ยก็ที่ฟิล์มทวินที่กันนำนูเลียมชีน่ะสุดที่ไล่ชวนอินเดียairline service เต airport เตป privatization นี่นั่นก็ไล่ตะกันยาเกนี่นักการเปกเขียนเอ็งกิมเฮียดิ้งดุดมายังตีกันลาวะข้าวังกันเปกเราหน้าจันโปปะกันนี่ที่กันสอยเตลจกดูนี่ทินกันเมมเบอร์จอมตักดร.เจดาร์เทียมสังอาโซนักไอโซลตุจำพายมีฮีอัฟไลต์เฮียเบลเทงมันเตียข้ากันเราเอ็นงาเฮกันดูเบลเนียตีกันชนเอ็มกุปะเอ็งปอนิเชลาตัวน่ะเฮียนเฮลิคอปเตอร์ปอฮีอัลยันชีโลตีเฮียนทางเอ็มตีเตเนนกันบุกไล่เมกาอมาข้าพัชเชนจร์ปอนตัมเทนจอกตูร์เล่อติปุนเทนดานตูร์กันเราเอ็นเงที่แอร์พอร์ตดังเสียมตุ่มน้าเมมแอร์พอร์ตดังเสียมี pakhat kan nei po hian hau tak khopa adang an siami Air Force ho hian an soya sota lung lei thanga enge ni kan entrin ka kom zon dilo side 2 mo khalai te kha vainula Air Force tan so airport thataka chimlampang atan atangkai dona song te so kan tia ngoru kan lo enangen tia an ho tu notice an ho tu te chuan kan vainangen tia maro chu kan covid nen an man la ron la ri lova khatiang ani lo chuan keima ni state na airport dang han siam chu rinain a hau tak maya project ki kan la dei ngam chi lova kan din muna zirzelin kan lai nang chu tin RD block siam pun the ni em na lan te telin ti ka eng puni se RD block hi nia kan la nei tam lutuk lova siam pun tum na hi a ompo oma cabinet a po rotna oma kan la ngai tuanga amar chu khoya tak nge kan tin chin tiro chu kan la thlir don nia
Star question number za samre le pathumna zo to remember zom tak pulal duma so mangu
Speaker PHE Changtu Minister Zom tak ka Zonet chu na alternate gravity water supply scheme top 2 contractor hitunge agreement copy min pethayem bina estimate zat sina na tho tran hun dina na tho zo hun tur ina na tho zo to zat physical and financial achievement percentage f na mifing achom thei tur zat g a cover tur area teni
chang turin PHE chang tu deputy chief minister zom tak puton le kan so me
Speaker, member, the tak sẽ chief bill to Zonet CHAWHMA not to alternate gravity water supply scheme top 2 contractor here MS Crum Infracon Private Limited and Vehicles and Associates JV Noida and the agreement copy min bị thêm thì khó thì cần thiếu tên làm cần run bạc lâu point cần bị thêm cái tạo point có là khác chú ở đây đoàn năng kinh khác chú cần bị thêm estimate ra bị na estimate thì trên nuôi xin khật sáng khật giặc quá Asia bên này cái tại hiện state GST nuôi xử lý sầm rệt point Pathum Panga Atela Central Sarkarin state GST Tel Aviv trên nuôi xin khật sáng khật xử lý sầm quá point Paruk Panga cho民人生存，安尼，迄那些不 intender， 安尼contractor 遐，每先克三克十二送因轮车迄迄pom安尼 contractor kan pek na就内，先克三克十二送安尼，专。那套真hun thì he September ni som pan ni sang ni som pakwa atang khan na he tho chân ani di na tho zo hun tu chu ni som thum jun sang ni som ni pan ni kumin hi ani ma cho kan thia theu angin sang ni som ni ma tha atangin Covid -19 in thangin min ti boya an labor te an workforce tam tak pharamami te an honga an technical person te an hong lo thelo wa chu wangin a tho hun tur zo hun tur hi chu kan pel hret angai do na ni chu te chung chuan na chu an thei top an cho in kan hria si ina na tho to zat physical achievement chu 60.10% ani financial achievement chu cheng vai bel che somriat noi somnga pakwa sang sari 72% ani financial achievement akha 72%, physical achievement akha 60.10%. Mihing a chom thai tu food line mihing noi ni sing khat sang li mi pakhatin tui liter som sari nitin donga pethei tu ra roman ani tin a cover tur area khoi nghe chaw mang ti chu mual lung thu tanga tui jem atanga a chom thei aizol veng thang heng mual pui te mission veng khang ITI mel model veng college veng le adang te le solai mual lung thu che vel khwa falcon mel riat kel si song kan Mizoram Medical College te kan hospital te ten mel riat te kel si hwal go mun eta sam tang not lung leng wan te hi chom thei tu ra ngai ani pu speaker hei hi troi tlang atang khian tui gravitational po tha kin heta mual lung thu tanga son desire lian pui noi som panga dong siamin chu ta chang chuan ai zon mun frang a pek tum ani a ti chuan mual lung thu tanga chang chuan a che vel khwa sang kalkong phiyami a chim phei kan han ti khwa song jong so an khabaranga ten heta nghe ni Trinity Hospital bula son teng ki dang lian kan siam le anga chu mual lung thu tlanga kal lo kha a lo kal pheyanga Trinity Hospital bula tang chuan he ta mual pui lama te kalanga ten che pamin tem te kan pam chawanga ti chuan ni chena kan soi mi son ven te le hemi athang lam ho ba kha cover thei tu ra te ni a food lai tui da call a food lai ya helai area te chom thei tu ra bot sai ani a ti chuan helai a chom tur area ami te hi troi tlanga changa gravitation a chom ani chuan isola phase 1 phase 2 atanga tui khol kan pam hi an ring lo anga alo chak gang khai to anga ti kha askim ani a atang puya askim he tharuk chung fur lai tui tam lai atana man turani a mar chu kan engineer ten an chu dan chuan tha lai point some bol lung thu borvel so chu a chom thei tura be sei a chu kan engineer te chu dan le ro man na ni
Zobelna zo turin zona nei tu zom ta pulal doma kan some
Post Speaker, gravity lak tur dang hirem chang kan la nem o tikha kan zot ma sadu phota ten a han lak na tur a intek la ya khe lui tui kan han la dom nge thang lama tangin lui tui kha troi tlanga kan pam chawanga chu ta tang chuan gravity kan kaltir don ti lai kha kan fedu boka ten ka zona ma sa nen khan khoi molai tlanga abul naya lui pam chho thei tur a om chuan khata tanga gravity aizol chom tir kha thei zel don awangin adang hual kan nem ti kha kan zot ngal ania chuan furlai a capacity kha kan fria kan mamo hun tu chu thalai khani zoka thalai a khan engzange a capacity khani theyang abulvel anuai dewa lui te po han pam chho ang zong khan khalai kha aizol le helai ngol lung thu ti ven kan mang tangkai thengem ti kha kan fedu boka ten tui rial le tui rini hi kan don lo thei lova hemi a river crossing lai a hian apai pacho kha khang do lovin mi pui huan le lo nei tan le ram vak tan po han rin ngal thei te khanin le lo nang deu lekin siam ngal rem chang thengem ti ta ka kan zo ta ni
zo bel zo turin member zom tak ku ke ti ro kho kin so me
pu speaker kalome zobel na he hi dimana khan ka soi to a ma se kan pui na ri ek lo wangin kan sot le mai anga poimo lutu ka wangin sai ku he ka pu riat theinan ser kor kan missionary te om na le chen na khwa ani a tui hi ti pa ramami kan la a thal lai le ni pui lain a tui hi atlem em awangin an kham khop ngai lawa chuwang chuan water pumping hangin min pam sak the angem ti kan zot duwa a khon hoya hian tui pam tur thatak kol cholui a omani
le thayang ang chang turin a chang tu deputy chief minister zom dak puton le kan so me
pu speaker he project ka funding kan mu na hi ne shit kan tian ni a ba ni thak takin 100% funding ani a chu tiang chu ani a pu speaker hei hi sarkar ma sa atanga kan PH minister tena an lo rom man ani a kan bo zui zela chu mi kal chu ani ti po kha voi nia hian kan sei lam du ani ten adot le chuan tianga 100% funding ani ma hian heni tak ani ma hian kadam lo lai khan an local thathi na kan officer te an baleng thina ma se ka hu phut lutuka ka soi to in ka hia ni khat chu ka pu hei kan ti fil te mai nan te ron le ta ka chaw le nai ka lom lutuka voi ni thleng hian khaminia ka lom kha ka diu du hian na thir le ta trôi tráng hual tu ram atang khian tui hi dot tu ra ni khi ta khian kan soi thui deu le kanga na ke na pa thong kan phele mai thea kan MLA te nen hian abial tu pa te kum bial tu pa te nen kan soi thina department hian forest ho te nen thei top kan chwa tanga te khi te khian in mun tha deu hia oma tui kang lo ani chu fura akatmen area zau pui khatin kan khwa panga tui khwa lian pui kan sia manga chu fura kan tui da kho la kha ti hian ron luang thang ti ani pai po he in chi som paria ta lian ani an phum thui to khop men ha pe chu an thok thaviang kan engineer te nan sia chu akal phung tu chu ani tu na hian source kha ni fur tui man changkai tu ran water harvesting kan tiang deuh hlek hi akal phung tu chu ani ti chon fura tui pam khol mang lova heta khatiang ang veng ai zol chim lam veng tam tak alu chom thei ni kha chuan heta kan diesel electric power ma kan man na khol ta na kan sen so kha alo phu su akhai apot tiam do na ti kha ngai tu na pakhata chuan ani tin intek kan ti chu intek ben lai che chu tui kho kha ti khan ram zau pui atang khan fu tui lo do ตูดเละขัดยังต้องส่งตูดคานเสียมอันนี้อาโซจูกันอินเจเนียร์เต้นอาชทอกตูระอันง่ายเวอันนี้ตินตุยเรลตุยรินีครอซิ่งโจเทเสียมฮีตุยเลียนแล้วก็อาหิมโลอาเหลาอมเวียวอินกันเสียจู่ตัวน่ะฮิโจนินทำอีกไกลเหลาเด็กพันตีด่านเตปโปกันซงอันนี้ตัวน่ะเฮียนินตุยกุมนาฮีทาลาโปอากังโลวะกันเสียเอ็งป้อนี่เสลงินกันเมมเบอร์สองตึกอันโจนะทิลติเทียนนี่มันติโจนะไล่ตะกัดจูกันยังจะเดียร์เตปอยน์อันรู้บ่อยตัวละง่ายตาอีละอาชาอังเตียนวันนี้เฮียนเฮมีมุนดังจังหันชูนเบลนัตูร์ตุยขัตาหันดาลุตูร์ขัดจูกันลำมุไมละวะปะขัตาจวนผู้สปีกเกอร์เรียนว่าแต่ฮาร์เวสติ้งเฮมาหน้ากันเสียมจะอมตักแต่เนี่ยกันสวยเชียนินตรงคำมีกระชินเชื่อเรื่องไม่อะมิโซรามาฟูระตุยเฮติตักเฮียนตั้มสีติจวนพูดสร้างจังอินขุตาพูดเดียบละมาอลวงขจัรไม่อะติจวนลุยอลวงเข้ามาขุตาจังอินลุยเทียนเตะปั๊มโชกันตุ้มเลยสิฮิจูเอ็งมุตินลุยปุยเทียนพ้าโตโคลดานกันเสียมฮิกันไงตัวจุลนี่อดีฮิกะเฟรงชีนะจุดเดียงจวนโดยต่างพออากาศมันเอเรียเจ้าปุยเล่ตุยตายกูขามีฟูชูงาโลกัลโฮคานตุยตั้มตักข้าโลเช็คโคลเทียงติกัดจึงจุมิจมาจวนเฮมีเรียกกลางพวกคนกำปอนจาร์วอลเรียนปุยเสียมินกัดมันเจ็บปุยเสียมินไอโซลาเฮเทียรอนลวงทำไมตัวที่บุญโซลเช่นควันอดีตไทยโดนปอยตัวน่ะยังกันอินเดียร์เต้นอันยังก็จะเตียงจวนกันอินเดียร์เทียนเงี้ยนี่gravitation เนี่ยมั้งเจนอันนี้เราเลย rainwater harvesting กันที่เฮนั่นสัตว์กินตัวน่ะยันอันทรงอันนี้เตียปข้ากันสวยดูอันนี้วันนี้ยันกันโปรเจกต์กับฮีกัลตัวนเซลจวนนักกลุ่มละมาที่คิดชวนนินอันทรงทุกไม่ออกมาเงี้ยกันตีขี้ตาอัดตุยขวานตูจุยเจมเลียนปุยกันตีตตูระขี้แต่มีน้ำมุนจงจ้างฮัสนักกันนี่เด็กเตปโที่ฮันโซลิวชันกันเชียมโชว์เจล่ะกันเชียมเริ่มโชว์เจล่ะตัวน่ะยันทาลายินน่ะฮีอุลุกตะกินกดตะกินนั้นถูกโดนปนนี้กันเสียข้าอดีตมุนจ้างปุยจูอันนี้ทินเสียกดลำปังข้าผู้สปีกเกอร์ตุยข้าป้อนี่เสลังยินปอยหมอจุดนี้ตัวนั้นกันสวยเลยแต่assures อันนาร์ตักไม่อยากข้าลากตาเขาอมลเวมติลายข้า
เสียโกรคนหอยเฮียนโกลลุยเละโกลโจลุยทัดตักออกมาจู่solar pumping ปั๊มตูร์ชวนทัดตักกันนี่
อะไรกันรู้สันเวยังตัวน่ะกันโปรแกรมกัลโตคันอากาศโตอินกัสเสียจู่ๆอะไรขบคำลงอันนี้รอจวนขมีตัวน่ะอินรถนาร์ตักข้ากันลงชินเชียงกันรู้สันเวตอนนี้นาร์ข้าอบจวนดังฮิจูจอยฮิจวนินโปรแกรมมาเชื่อมไทยเจล่ะข้ากัจฉันนะอันนี้
Chairperson number za Somrit le Palina zo Turin members of the Pu Vanal Hlana kan some
Pu Speaker Sir Chief Government College hi tun na khan nak team den A grade an pe kalom pu ni ti kha kan star lang masai nge Star question za Somrit le Palina Minister Zawam tak Higher and Technical Education Department changtu chanatan A Sir Chief Government College a hian Women hostel omem B omlota se enge chan ti kazote
Chang Turin achangtu Minister Zawam tak Dr. Arlal Thanglena kan some
Pu Speaker kan member Zawam tak pu vanal hana zo na na Sir Chief Government College a hian women hostel omem ti chan chu Sir Chief Government College a hian women hostel bina lo ta se nge chan ti chuan oma ka chu chan na ni se CHAWHMA
Zonet này tu vẫn là cái số mấy.
Who speaker? Lua luma niệm ti che ka zo tang
Zonet tôi bốc á. Nichin Khan Vice President Khanin Chief Minister vote of thanks proposed to cái số mấy cái khác. Hela hirin vote of thanks yang ấy thì atia word of thanks thì tổ rồi tia. Kan ti dala niya ka ti alaw ti sel toro ti. Word of thanks ati ni ju. Le chang turin Minister Zom tak Dr. Allah thang dia nak som le. Zobel no mo kan zong de uche kan mulo sership bil tu ni o pulal du ma.
Pu speaker kalome. Ni ai grade kan han ni hi kan lom khop maya. Egret hian ham thatna ke nuala nia antia kan la hrengai silova chunga chuan skill based course diploma thleng tele postgraduate course tepo akeng tel theini antia chumi ti tur chuan additional teacher khakan mamodona tunla ya he skill development entrepreneurship lampang hi kan kalzel na turania wangin skill based course diploma thengle postgraduate course ti dan hi min ngai tua zui pui thengem ti kan zot ni
Le chang turin chang tu Minister Zom tak Dr. Allah thang le nak som me.
Who speaker? Ne Sership College mandi kan soi sok to lo mong kho maya kan ai zol kho pui pon lam panga ka khia sol chuan kan government college a hian a grade score chut ning ka ria a lo mong tak zet ani lo lo men aniam ti zona nei tina ron zona kha han chang ma sa don te la that ka ringa hostel ti khan kan changa ama ro chu lo lum ti lai ta ka kha chana ngai ta chu kan changa Government Sership College sa Women Hostel hi University Grant Commission antia UGC Government of India tagin sumhu mga sakhania a total project cost hi noi somale pakwa 0.73 lakhs ania ta chuanin state share te kha oma UGC big Government of India na aron pek hi noi somli ania state matching share hi noi som pakwa 0.73 lakhs noi ani chona viable khom kha noi somwa pakwa 0.73 ne ta chonin noi somli UGC share hi women hostel saknan hianin fan zo to ni amaro chu asakna hi zo fel thei chialo ani na chan hi kan riat appointment ka ria a kan state matching share hi kan lamu thei chialo dewa tun han ke deposit a omning ka ria a hi nakin loka bin release thei tura kan be se ya chuwang chuan kan sun zom le na tur lai hi arang taka kalpui kan tum ani ti kan soiduwa e grade ten boka hi ne lo va thei tur tan na duomin ka ria a tension ma kan la tura kangai ani ti kha ni ta angsela kan member zom tak pulhana han zo na chana kha abial tu ni bok puduana zo bel na dangaron zo kha apoi mo a ne a grade anan ni chuan dik tak chuan adana dang dewani emi rusan hoi hianin ti zong hen soi teila emi tlema du sakna big handong tur hian a grade ani hi chuan kong om big ani building infrastructure lama tele thil dang dang a khan ka sei don la tam tak sei tur manga tin college tam tak ai chuanin hei hi an tlin lowani thei to pon chwa an tin lo tak zet ani tianga sership in an tlin hi alomum katia tun hnai hianin college pathum dang te po hianin thei to pan chwalain hei kabial ngei engeni na thil government college te pon tin chia lowa bia an om raya an di hi fal takin te hanan om chu wang chuanin an tan hi chuanin engemaw ham that te hi chance asan ka ring dewa tin chumi pialama chuan ni china han soi PG class ti lai taka hi tuna hian rusa thi hi government of India hianin engtin nge min kalpui do ti thuto phela siam theilowa chu asiam ma si hi chuanin hemi faculty handa bel na turata na ruam han na kan han siam he khoi don ta a tin chuti mek lai chon post rock da kha tur tam tak zani don borvel pension chuak nen thi nen kan lo nga na kara khan khalai recruitment big lai tak hianin thui tak a khoi ve a chuwang son PG class khal na turatan hian soi lok thui lu tu khi a harsa devani ti hi kan ta lang duwa tin chuti mek lai chuan kan soi le do chu hemi skill development ti hoi zong ning ka ria pu do zo na khatro khang te khachu ne akal pui thei dan au mai theya engpon ni sala kan lo explore anga I kong hia om vele maya amar PG class ti lai tak a hi chu te min hei kan government college tuna hianin pani khatai chong kan hanti nok tana I tam tak hi chong kan clean chia lo bani ti kha kan soidu ani chu ka chan na ni mai sela I thil pakhat kan soibel lu lok chu hemi tuna hianin upgradation of existing college to the model degree college ti hi kan ne hemi hi ta hianin college pali unqualified ti mai la pe kan ni a government sathel college te siha college te mamit tele jethan kima college te ne ni hi anran do da po hi tam deu bi ka college dangina infrastructure lamle thil dangan don vaibel chenia ni lai khan an ni bi khianin vaibel cheli an donga ta chuanin heng component te hi ani na taka chuan aspirational district college te don tura ti ani amaro chu India Marchak state tele Himalayan state and timaya special category state B ka hi chuanin naka grade musang kha khami state B ka chuanin engemo du sak big na aumani ti kha kan thiat tlan thainga ria a chubang chon Mizoram kan college te po na bika an grading asang ani chuanin kongro asuang ti kha khetaila athome kalome
Star question number zale samre le pangana zo turin member zom tak pujo din tluang ralte ilo so mangu
pu speaker kalome star question za sumre pangana ena Mizoram Sarkarin kumsang ni som ni June tha atanga COVID-19 den chena petrol chia vet 5% ati punle diesel chia 2.5% ati pun atanga tun thenga petrol 5% ne diesel 2.5 chia pung bi ka tanga Sarkarin revenue amu belzat min thil theyam bina Mizoram Sarkarin kumsang ni som ni June tha atanga petrol chia le diesel chia atanga tun hun thenga Sarkarin revenue amu chua zong zat min thil theyam tiania
sang turin taxation minister zom tak pu lal cham lena kan so me
speaker kalome group leader zom tak pu zo dun tluanga zo na ena petrol le diesel vet reti sanani nuwa Sarkarin revenue chia pung bi engzat nge mu ti kha hai hi chanani Mizoram Sarkar taxation department in kumsang ni som ni ju na tanga petrol 5% le diesel 2.5% chia pung bi atanga Sarkarin revenue amu belzat exact figure chi hi riat thei ani lova heti la hian petrol le diesel atang hian chia ti pun ma June sang ni som pakua atanga March sang ni som ni chungin vaibel chia som riat le pali point pali pathum aluta chia ti pun nu June sang ni som ni atanga mar sang ni somni pakhat chungin vaibel chia somriat le pali point panga paru alu ta heti hian apunna nialang ta chu cheng nuai som pathum point 02 ni bina Mizoram sarkarin kumsang ni somni June tha tanga petrol chia vat le diesel chia vat atanga tun hun thenga sarkarin revenue mu chu zong zan min fil thayem Mizoram sarkarin kumsang ni somni June atanga tun hun January sang ni somni pani thenga petrol le diesel atanga revenue mu chu zong za chu June sang ni somni atanga mar sang ni somni le pakhat chungin vaibel che somri le pali noi somnga paruk singli sang khat le somko le pariat ania April sang ni somni pan khat atanga January somni pani thleng vaibel chia za somli pali noi somsari pariat singli sang kwa zani somnga pali ania tichuan nikum June sang nikum nilo sang hi somni June atanga January sang hi somni pani chunga revenue muza chu cheng vaibel che zatni le somni pakwa nuai somthum le pali sing khua sang thum le somnga le pani ani e
so bel zo turin zona nei tu member zone to pujo ne thonga
pu speaker kalome kan taxation minister hi aha le maya sarkar sum ti thaturin chia chi rang an la petrol le diesel a mir theite mi har sa jok te po ngai to man lowin ti sanga electric bill te chuti rolin austerity measure ankal pui boka tui a botol te po meeting a po man lo tur tin chi sang in austerity ankal puya pu speaker chuti ang khopa sumlak lu mihar sa tak te po huama chi anlak lai chuan kan minister chen khaten an ren pui si lowa vokte pakhat leina nuai ni ten bang mai maya chuwang chun pu speaker ka zo na chu pu speaker kan taxation minister hian heti tak maya an ren pui lo si chuan mire thei te chok jang khainan petrol le diesel chia hi atin hiam thei le lom ni ti kha ka zo na pakhat na ni a tin panhi le na hi pu speaker apui mo ema hey taxation ani ba ka home department changtu ani a voin ni ai hian petrol pump sang ai hian petrol hi azo deuh duak maya petrol hi an petrol mang lo te he hriatania hei hi petrol man to tur hisapin kan petrol stock sa te hi an reserve me ti lai hi mitam takin ngai tu na an mang chung ta chu khongai takin mi puitan thu di ka niam ti hi ma min lo lak sak thengem ti kha ta zo bel na bok ani e kalom
zo bel zo turin member zone to puram than mo ya so me
pu speaker kalome ka zo bel na chu tun haya diesel le petrol man Mizoram sarkarin atin hiam mem tin hiam se engza tin nge tin hiam ti ka zo bel na ani e lome
ole zo karki khlom khop maya a thayang ang sang turin vokte mante a sang thengem tin corporation department de om to pokatela thayang ang sang turin minister job to bucha bulal sam le na so me
pu speaker a minister concern kan vokte ni loe vok pui ni vokte man tấu tí khá tí lâu tù đó niang vọc búi man tấu kan đồ lệ kan tí đón nè ai ngã pot chu ni sela central sarkar sumani e ti khani mina soi bokin ka tia en pon isela member za tak group leader kuzodin thuangan zo bel na pani ne ya anu nung zo kha kan chang hasanga petrol hian pe chuak lo ni kan hredewa atau hunan ngak deu ni o me tia taxation lam hi chon petrol an nei le nei lo poi kan hrelo an pek chole cholo poi kan hrelo wa supply lam chan nia kan nga ya hei hi chu cái này chuan an hal kha chuan in khata tang khan vet lo lak ve kha kan duty deuania an hal le hal lo long kha ka hre mi lo ti kha kan sai chiang duwa tin petrol le diesel chia ti niam thei ani lom ni ti kha pu pa pu ya han zo bel na neng kha nei nang dewa alom om hlem ka hria mana ut kan ni lai khan all india radio io in news regional news unita assembly session hi ka vil vea kala hi reng chu member za on tak kan zinga om talo puset di sang lian kha ruling lam khanin azu he thu kha an soi jing de wani ome aron ding chu kha kamit tha pho la om pu speaker iding lo mi te khanin kazu in thu mo thien soya ka bong nu te in te po hi soi ve se thang ron ti chu tiang deu lek chon wat re ti san lai hi i ve lo mi te hian an war dewa ti niam lam pang hi an soi ve du si lova ma se kha zona pania khan chan na hun rem chang tak kan ne ya tun naya khan petrol le diesel a hian vat rate hi nasa takati niya mani nikum November ni li khan order achuaka petrol le diesel man ding laya cheng sari ve in ti niya mani chutiang alo ni chuan petrol a 10.5% in ti niya mani ya chu amount zo nga soi chuan petrol man cheng za pakhat le poisa som thuma tang khan cheng som ko le pali le poisa som thuma atla niama tin diesel man hi 14.5% tangin 5.32 atla niam boka chu atlang niam na chu 10.8% ania a poisa chuan cheng som riat paruk le poisa som thum pasari atangin cheng som sari le pakua le poisa som thum paruk alo ni ta hei hi i veila matang khan soi lo ma voina soi na hum rem chang kan hi kalom hle mai
Star question number zale somriat le parukna so turin member zom tak Dr. Vanlal Tanpuya bilang so mangu Dr. Vanlal Tanpuya kan bidang at authorized
Speaker remiti chuan nin authorized thowa kalau ti vai do nam ni ko Speaker Public Health Engineering Department chang tu minister zong tak chanatan star question numbers are somret parukna will the honorable minister for Public Health Engineering Department be pleased to state JJM scheme noya solar water pumping project tender te central scheme guidelines magachu aniem bina solar work tender chang thei tur registered farm engzat nge Mizoram ti anie
chang turin achang tu deputy chief minister zom tak puton leya so me
Speaker, member, dẫu tập dẫu đó, đó, sản đó thì JJM scheme nuôi solar pumping project thọ tour, atan tender chua đàn tour, săn pa JJM guideline om lo a kan pa in siam om lo ve ti ani bina solar work tender hi PHE PWD Empanel Farm Finance Department in Nepal Central PWD te le adang ten an hoi register farm ten an sang thei veka farm hi engza chiange khanga khan aom hriat ani lova keni PHE department a hian register contractor kan ti hi hei levin te an han en thuak thuaka first class hi pariat an luin register ve PHE a hian ten second class hi panni ten third class hi chu pakhat nia ten class 4 ero chu za somli chuang zet an omani chu ani heta hian aron zo na hi tuna khan solar pumping scheme makha engemaw zat kan neya ka soi tong khan zat chuang kan tendera chubia chuan centralin hemi solar pumping bi ka tan hian tender chua dan tur kha guideline san aron siam lova heta works department tena tender an chua dan phung pangai khan chua ani in ten a chang thei tur po kha any register contractor kha any department mi kha an ni ti kha kan soi việc giao de wani
Zobel na zo turin members am ta pusingun lian chunga so me
speaker kalome kabula thu ina soyang khan demand soi to makhan ka soya ma se kan minister jam ta khan min react lo tat maya sarkar ma sa a combine solar pumping kan ti phai tharul kwal wan ne sai ka kha survey lai khan lo ti thang lo de hlakka tui thal a hian a kham khop mang ta lo kholi la in tro mani awangin khami tuna an intact atanga thlawak kilometer zathum vel laka khanin kurung kan tia tui thad mai khami lui luang thla kha oma khalai atang khan JMM scheme hnuai atang hian cheng tampo nga in karing lova solar line khakal to vekani awangin min pam lu sak intact khan min pam lu sak le thei ra mangem ti ka zona pakhat na ni pani na chuan hemi JMM noya solar water pumping project ka hian kabial dil tang khu tuya har khop maya kariya dan chuan kha tender to ama se chang tu anom lo ti kha ten tender ni le to em intinge ma la ka ni to ti ka khangwain min fil the chuan kalom leng
chang turin dibidu siam jam ta puton le kan so me
speaker kan member za tak ngu den chu kan zo na kha ni phai ta rule ko sa ka compound khami kha tu na hian ni kan la abandon hau lova ma ro chu atu langin kan en kol so ja la tin pakhata chuan JJM scheme ma hian khotin te hi atian kan jir chou akal chou lai mek ani kan lo en zui ange tu na anh cả cái tiêu thế cả chụp chia ra suy tu chuan cả lại để kha cả dục cái thiểm mấy lâu mấy rồi chú tùy lạc tùy hi chú PHE department hi chuan cha hi chú giống char đồ na funding bộ hi tu na chuan bát thiên gia ra kan har salu tuk to lo tu ra te po kan ngai khat tiang
langoro
problem kho
kan zon le chana hun hi zota kan chan zo tir don em le chang
khat tiang am har salu tuk kho kha JJM scheme ma hian ti hian in kan op ene kan te ti pui tling thei de zel ma ya alom om khop ani ten heta tu na an soi zel na tu na kan ten dar ho khan ni chi na ka soi ang khanin solar pumping scheme ma hi kan contractor first class da zong zong hian an chang mai thei bik lawa chan chu a technicality kha adang kat maya ati thang ten ngai ta a tuna po za chuang han tender kha chuanin dik tak chuan heta register contractor tu po ming kha na chan thei amma ero chu tel ngai tata heta solar pumping experience dei te de na an in cooperate ka tianga joint venture anti kha kan phal top mai ni vai po ni sai som ru ka ti top tik tak chuan a chan chu tho kan du si chu tiang chuan ni chu ti kara chuan tu da khan member som te kan soya khan pani pathum hi chang tu om lo a hun kan ban ba a toi si an oma chu mai ba ka chuan tu na hian tender hi an scrutiny hi an zo tre pa chu si ten kal chonga chunga chuan a pumpuya khat mi result la kha si te lu phot lo chuan ka tengan retender tur khan a chople chil khan ti mai lo dan hi lo oma a dan kan zo manga si kan man mo box si arang theng bera retender kan lo tu bang khalai kha chu
Who speaker thil toite ding lok tun assembly session a hian zona som ni kan ya star question som le an star question ni pakhat na alo chuak la ba an star question tu na hiarin pathum alo chuaka hei po hi star question ka zona khani le ngala om zia hi nganiang ti heta house karon phet tirani
le alo mom khop mai ke puna soi tur ka nei lai ni ya po thinani ya po chu alo ani lo ani garinga number 1 aju ti khatin members om doctor ka soi du chu zo na kha covid ke pun kalo covid vela umaya khalai kharin tle matlai deu kan nei ma se kha zo na le akal phung pa ngai jong jong khamem barten hena tu na dong kim lo ni point kanon pele fe kan chu ole tu na chuanin presentation of reports kan kalanga hu valal hala chairman za tak public accounts committee in hang 9 report on the report of Comptroller and Auditor General of India for the year 2015 to 2016 relating to Agriculture Department le panina 10th report on appropriation accounts for the year 2016 to 2017, 2017 to 2018 and 2019 to 2020 excess expenditure te hi house do kana arun present se kan so me
Who speaker iphalna le he house zaum tak kremti na in he 9 report of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India for the year 2015 to 16 relating to Agriculture Department he current present
a copy kha hansem ula Kanchan Kim em Kanchan Kim chuan adot le kan kalanga tuna chuan legislative business kan kalanga hi anon tilwa ta hi chuan apani kan dingha lo mi ai dingha lo chuan on report le oh sorry
Who speaker iphalna le he house zaum tak kremti na in he 10 report of appropriation account for the year 2016 to 17, 2017 to 18 and 2019 to 20 he current present
le lo mo me copy kha han sem le ula chin khan on sem en ting hal akan ngai wang ania ti hal chok ania akhanga ti po he om thin reng ani copy khan sem zo bem xem cho tao mò chẳng kêu emole với lại hiện सरकार bill kan ti mai pathum kan này à bill copy te hi bulletin part 2 akaron sem to member te na ama sign the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation Bill sang ni le som ni pani kan lama sampiranga tuna bill nei tu Dr. Arlal Thanglena Minister Zom takin House introduce phalna rundil se some
who speaker remti nain the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation Bill 2022 he introduce
introduce rundil la
karundil
ole Minister Zom takin introduce rundil la kan rem tiem ole kan Minister Zom takin a bill te ron introduce la in house I hope to rin ron move mal se kan some
ole pu speaker kalome hey wini kan se sondi thung bera e bill poimo tak mai tuna introduce minham phal saktak the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation Bill 2022 kan han ngai to ho thei tur hi kalom hle ani hey covid awang hian harsanalian tak mai khovelin kan tok vek maya India po kan bang lova Mizoram po atua rei pol tak te po hi kan ni ome chumi awang chuan voinia ka bil putlu hi poimo katia covid phei chom lo se chuan sang ni le somni borwell khan pu speaker he bil hi putlu ngai ge ngai to tur chianga te ka ngai dewa amaro chu covid kara engemo ti tin session phei ka chu kan han nei nok dok na chungin thil ti har savio maya amar chu voinia kan session hun nin thung ber maya he tianga kan han ngai to thei tur hi alom kati pu speaker ichunga po lom thu kan soya tin kan assembly staff te poina thei top chua hetiang kan hangai to na turata na thale zungai to na se na wang te poin lom thu kan soi ma sadu hrim hrimani he Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation 2022 bill hi ne toite an soi thei ani in ka riamaro chu kan thia tu tul chin ero hi chu oming ka ria kan tar lang potanga pakhatna chuan the Mizoram Allocation of Business Rules 2019 schedule 3 noi kanin Commerce Industry Department ti tu le chan bowa ta aloni chung allocation of business rules chuanin regulated markets le market yields kan ti te ten village markets kan ti te le price regulation of meats hey sa ti te vegetables kan ti te le cereal ti te kha da te le ni ti chuan eng subject tarana hianin inen kol na mumal takhi kan lo nei lovani chuwang chuan covid-19 aloni phei kha chuan ni puin hei an thiam lo lek leka phunri pokha ana savio ani chuwang chuan hei henga wang hianin market hi atheiang anga mu mal zo ka kan regulate ta tin thaile theile sa kan han ti te big taka aman bithia chungchanga te thilti tu tam tak awma chuwang chuan he bil hi wani hian kan ron putlu na chan poimo tak mai ni pakhat na ani ปัญหาส่วนกุมสังที่Market and Call na Commerce and Industry Department กุตลันอันนี้ขานิน Market and Call ด่านมูมัลตักขะกันละนี่ลวะกัน Local Market and Call ละตุรตานาด่านกันมองฟังอินอาหิมชิมิน Market Regulation ด่านกันเราในต่อมาลายมีเตติน Mizoram Market Regulation Amendment Act 1996 เตเล2008ตาผู้ Speaker repeal ต่อกันเราในต่อทินเตค่ะตุนไล่มิลเฮียนินกันเฮเรมอังไงแต่มายาส่วนส่วนกันรัมมิลาเฮเรมตุรินเฮบิลฮีกันรอนบวชใส่อันนี้ดังเลยส่วน market regulation มูมัลกันเสียมพัดโลสิจวดินให้กันฟ้ามารัฐชวกตู้กันหันติเตอันที่ทาร์ชวกเขาน้ำมันมูมัลอันนี้เทลวะให้สังคารเฮียนกันง่ายไปหมดเลยไม่ยาไทยจีนด่านตูดแข่งปอยเฮียนทุกลูกน้ำมูมัลเสียมฮีเฮงวางเฮียนินอ่างห้องเตลนี่เจ้าบางส่วนเฮบิลฮีอภัยหมอนิติค่ะอปฐุมนาตันกันสวยดวนี่ที่ดังเลยส่วนเองอัธารชวกตู้กันฟาร์มกันหันติกุดนัทกตู้เต้นอันที่ทาร์ชวกมาร์เก็ตฮีมันโจกันเขาเทนตูร์เละตีนจะตีเมฆลายจนอะไรตู้เตปอยนะเองนี่นั่นลุตุกลวานเลยเทนตูร์อัตานเฮียนินมันสร้างลุตุกสีเหลา reasonable price กันหันเตียงจีอา market rate มุมัลตะกะเสียมฮีอัตุลต่อริมชิมันนี่จู่อดิกนั่นจู่lockdown ไล่ขานินกันเสียปุ่นเทนกันส่วนนินไม่อันติลขัดที่อาติรเตอาทาร์ชกตัวเตนันทัลเทนะฮิจูเจงสมทุมบอร์เวลเตลิกอันนี้ไล่ขานไอโซลาโลเทนิส่วนอาตัวไล่เบอร์ขานเจงซาเตอโลนิตตัดไม่ยังเกี่ยมาเงยพอล็อกดาวน์ไล่แต่แค่นี้คนทั้งลำปังปุรินพวงเบียละคุมีคอรินีมาของกสุกละเลียนปุยไม่ขาเจงสมนี่เล็กขานกาเลยเจ้าไม่ยังไอโซลกันแค่นั้นรอส่วนขาเตละขัดเตลเองมอสัดอินอันมัลติพลายอันเสียมเบละที่ขานโตตักตะกินกันเลยเหลวเทเหลวอันนี้เตียงแต่ขานินมูมัลตะกะทิลฮิกันไงตัวอภัยมอดีติค่ะเฮบิลเฮียนโกกันนี่ส่วน market price กัน fix นัวเฮียนินproducer กันหันติเตเล consumer เตอินการะเองนี่เริ่มตะกะทิลเสียมตุ้มโดนนี่ไงตัวนั้นอุลุกตะกินเต้นอันตาเลทายจัวถินเตฮีสุรคาราเฮียน registration มูมัลตะกะตินะฮีอมเทลวะเฮงตะโปฮีเฮบิลเฮียนอารอนเก่งติลโดนะเต้นอดังเลชวนกงดุงเลมานี่ดูน้ำมุนมายะมูมัลโลเลอมเสนยลวะกันอินโพทินเตฮีมาร์เก็ตมูมัลเตกันหันในโตเตชวนินอุลุกเดว่าหันเซ็งลุดานแต่พอให้กันไงตัวไทยตัวง่ายเตละให้เฮียนินกงเละละมาเที่ยงริมนั่นละมามีนช่วยลุกับเบสครบไม่อุลุกเดียวกันติดไทยชนให้ไอโซละส่วน municipal กันเนี่ยที่ local council เต village council เตทิ้งจ้างอาพวกกันหันในพวกsanitation จงสร้างแต่พวกให้เฮียนักข่อยโดนะตินสิทธิ์กันหันเป็กด่านตุดเข่งแต่พวกเฮียนมูมัลตะกินเฮบิลเฮียนินเองก็หมดเส้นนักกินด่านกันละเสียมตัวแต่พอมังเก่งไทยตัวรักกันง่ายอันนี้เต้น market อินเอ็นก็ลำบูมัลตะกี้กันในโลวางเฮียนกัน market ที่ street ดังเต้นนักกัลพุ่งอินังโลดไม่ผู้ speaker เนี่ยนังพอเฮ department ไปหมดตักไม่เฮอีหุ่นลายคันไทยโตช่วยมาอิลาติกันเสียจะวางอินกันรำชุกกัน market กันในเวทีฮีเองนี่ทัดเทียงเปรกันเอ็นกอลฮีตูลอันนี้ที่ฮีกันสวยนนเล็ดดูนี่ตินจุบากาจวนินทิลมันโตทิลมันคอนโทรลและสุริยนินแต่ฟงมูมัลตักฮีในอาหารครบไหมสร้างส่วนวินแมชชีนที่ไม่ละให้บุกนัทปุยกันมันตูลเฮียลมังอันนาเลทิลดังอาจจะไปชวนติเตรินก็งดโหลเดียวตะโพเฮียนตูลังอาทิตะโพข้ากอกเทลเทออมเมตินจุงบากาจวนกุดนัทกตู้เตเลบาซาร์ถ่ายจวร์ตู้เตผู้ริดเลี้ยมเทียงปรากันในที่นัตูรตานเฮียนเฮบิลเฮียนินอักลปุยโดนัตินเฮบิลอารอน siam cho don hian siam cho ni don hian study group hi siam ania ta chuanin department tho pui then khatte pu speaker kan neya commerce industry department ba ka hian kan horticulture department te kan agriculture department kan han ti te then food civil supply and consumer affairs department te district administration kan han ti kan DC te khang te den khan study group kan siama uluk takin wene hian an ngai tu na manga khamin ron khom khan eteng hena ron chop chuak ani tiang zong pun asoi thei ome chuwang chuan wene hian he ruam han na kan an siama hi abil hi he house a hian kan han tilu tapot maya uluk tak maya om zeneya kan kalani hi chuan he bil kan tilo ting thei chokani chuanin atop na ka soidwe me mai chu revenue kan han ti mai sin loka kan sum mu kan han soi zo na kan han ngai thak ang de hlek khanin he bil hianin sum sarkara po kan lak luna engemaw chen mu mal tak maya regulate thataka kan kalpu hi chuanin kan ti thei kan be sei ani ti te po kha min lo khiat sak kha kan du ni chuwang chuan hoin nia kan member zom tak tak ten kha atlang pui dewani ti min lo khiat sak ta ang ula tin advance dewin ka ria so lo chuan kan assembly secretary lampangin pu speaker isoyang khanin kan lo zir thei tur khanin ron tarlan timela abu a copy bin ron pe to boka kha atlang pui deu ani pu speaker kalome
le kan minister zom ten bil te ron pulutin ron soya soi tu lang ang te bil nei chan de ron soita kan soi howanga minute eza gain pek leng le member pakhat me house du dan le minute nga kan don mis kan le minute nga kan tinga soi tu nei zau de te nam chokarin pe menga o le tu han soi ma se berang le ole member zom tak ke lo dong liana so me ati ma se zok
pu speaker kalome venia the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation Bill 2022 se ho na hun thatak mai kan nei thei hi alomom ka ti khop maya kan sia dangin kum sang hi som hi atang khan covid pandemic na satakin kan rama khovela lo thenga kan rampo kan sia total lockdown tu ma chua thei lo antia chok thei kan sarkar zom takin chok thei tur chin an bo se lai khan rampumin kan mang ang kan boi le maya chu ta chuan kan sarkarin kan chief minister zom tak kai soi na le rem ruan na in chu ta chuan mishing mamo ni tin kan tak samamo visible and fruit supply chains kha aron din fata chu ta chuan meat sa kha tel bokani chu ta chuan an seng khan market bi ka lo en kol tu commerce industry secretary hovin kai chuan noya horticulture tenen mizo fet tenen ma kan la khati hun la ya akan mala na zong song kha TV te kan interview na sa khati hun lai tu na house sa tiang bil sei chole na hun kan nei hi kalong khop maya pathian en tiang hun tha min pe hi kalom tak se se ni ti kha kan sei tu a chiang ve tu a ko ve poka zinga tanga zan tei var do thoa tak samamo kan thai le thei te le sa te lo boi pui po la hang kom ve wangin he bil han putlo kan minister zom takin ron putlo hi tha hi kan ti khopa kha tang pui soya ani na taka chuan Mizoram hian kan mamo tok chu kan farmer te hian theile thai bi ka hi chuan kan in to del ani ti kha kan sei lang tel duwa amai ro chu bil kan mamo nem chu Mizoram sarkar hin red kan lo fix lo kha poilu tuka chu wan chuan tu na hian he bil om theidan hu na hi chuan kan pa san hi chuan helama kabial chung ser khante hor to khi te an lon da thai le thei red le atel zat te khat ain ang lo re he ta da lon tang dung te mel re tang dung te khat ting te ni wang khan amu mal lo wani tin sarkar in leidon thi ni chon are kha an lon am fak me khat ting te har san tam tak omani chu wan chon he bil hi putlu pas nge hi chul na chan chu tel helam tel hilian tin ni lovin oit besin kan ti nge nga ya agram te po manga khatiang khan chu tianga ti chu atul hle ni ti kha kan sei lang tel duwa ti chuan kha helai kan lo zir chiang to vin visdei bulbik thai chi hi sang chi sang somli le pathum ro man chin Mizoram thaya khan oma tina te do big hemi ba khor kan ti te denia te khatiang ho te ho rol kha pakwa oma fruit thei chi kha som paruk oma ti chuan sa kan ai chi ho kha chi ko omani khang ba po hona kina chan lo omani pon la bel zel thei tur ka nga ya khang chi te kha kan mamo le nitin kan tak sam mamo kan ei le bar atara mamo ni wangin heng ruam han lo sa hi a tha ka ti hle ma ya a meeting le se ho na po voi li voi nga ka tel ve ya chung teng chu kan se lang tel duwa market mun mi mal ta le pol te mo local council te en kol ma oi me te en kol lo en kol ni lo sarkar muna market tam tak kan sakna muna hian kholai he kan kan ei le bar jong jong khai kan thom nak te AC mun na ten da zo ka kan ei le bar der sur zo kha speaker pona kholaya ro sura te ni sa te motor pollution ate an zur hi angai mo ma chu wan chon he bi hi mu mal taksi ma kan market muna inzur sela ti chon kalkong po asianga chu tiang chon helai mun hi ti fel ching fel hi apoi mo le ni ti kha kan sei du bok ani inzor na mu mal tak nei ga tin farmer te tan hian an nia muna tom de an sei an valei saka ti chuan azor tu ten to win lo zora consumer kenin kan tur fa kan ni a ho satan chon problem on lawa ara thei zok tan hian har sa tam tak om wangin hemi chung ka hian fel taka ha tianga bilom hi chon a fel pha thei don wangin azor tu tele farmer te tan po thil thatur ni wangin hei hi pas nge di thei se tin he bil hi akaron support ni e kalome
member zom tak Dr. K Pachu so me
Speaker kalome hey kan bill the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation 2022 bill hi athale maya mi zong zong khoi ania mir thei bir atanga meu saber point chome te sa te kan leya tin kan ran vul te thlengin an cho kan leya he bill hi atha ka ti le maya hey kan lo nei har riau in ka rezo ka kan ria tangin he bil hian kut na tok tu te lok zo ka an thlai thar te an ran vul ten thal theinan te an sang khoi te man zo kan thal theinan te tin alei tu in lungoi tak le quality alei theinan te tin kan ria tangin thut muna lo khar chong tu te point lowa lep na ya thatlanga kanom theina na mumal taka systematic taka kalpui naturdan ania athale in kasia ai country tangin muntina kan kut na tok tu ten tranga thaile rante I kanin todel ve trana tran kan kholo mom tak zeta tin atong thei de le awai de win akhar chong ten an lo la mi then khat mi fel tak tak anam lain uchuak taka chiar te ponoma chung te chu hu ruala athar chuak tu lok bok alei tu lungoi bok tin akhar chong azuar te lep nei boka omzenei taka kalpui na hi ai bil thatak mizo mi puite mir theile mi ho saber mitin thleng phak ania athalein ka ria tin in register thapa omzenei taka eizonna ngelnget siamna ani boka tin entirnan kan saleyemo kan thlaileyemo alo sel lo dewa
engmo health problem om point in register thap ten ni chuan chui chua te olanga azirmi te tan po research te po tin record te po atha tak zetin ka ria tin ngai tua thui deuh chuan a department le ngai tua tu ten an ngai tua thawanga eng po hi await basakal pui ani lo chuan abuka ari zong angai ve a hei phaya tele I khopui changka nga te chuan health thai na po ni se tin thei po ni se in chunga an lo da ta veka omzenei takin akala mishing tan arisela mason na tha ania he bili mi pui bil mir thei ber le meu saber kun no thok tu te kan ran vul thinga ngongania bil thatak omzenei takakal theina changkan na mason na bil ania pom ngei ni se ti kha kan soyani e kalome
member Zom tak Dr. Vanal Sana so me
speaker kalome anding ve chen zel me amaro chu mani tuina lamte alo ni buka toite kan soyenge hey the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation Bill sang hi somni patni alo oma hi alomom katia section thumna khan MRP ti turani thute khata khan ari zong atanga engeniang ari zong lampang tepo engen away tang zonga malak turani tu tepo kan minister zom takhanaron soi chho ani chuan palina number 2 subsection 2 khan no person or any agency shall without prior approval of the government start any new market ti ani farm laws te kha min ti khriat chu tira Punjab te vaibel che sangtel fe mai kha helai mandi alo chuan engeniang ahlom lian kha chu ti thailo ti te agriculture marketing te po dan kan ne quintal li bak chu sal thei ani lo ti te ngamone no hi kan nei ve khang te kha aron huam chho turangai la rules te pom chhawanga registration market shim sarkar market bak private market po kha anin register vek angai dona khanga khan sarkarin sumeng mo za chu amu bel thei in karinga nian chena ka soyang khan section 4 subsection 6 sa khan ari zong atanga te turani ti te ni har de ulek mai the tira chang kan boi nakin karinga amaro chu thil thra hi chu hanti so nok khian fel chho ve te pon ka ve thina sarkar hian nia market te anti chodon ania kan thewanga aizola phechuan kongsira chome zuar antam ema market he ka ma biala phechang ka din pui fo to ni kan venga son market omsi amaro chu anhoi bera anin no khoma satal sajorna tura khan chome ten zuara thing pui ador te oma alo theilowa achunga pangpar an zuara chungle classroom ania a classroom lam te po anhan chu asan to asong te po so develop ngai khop maya khang te kha kan tarlang ve cha ka he acti kan man trang kai huna chuan omzenei zokin I kan kalpo ka be sei ani lome
member Zom tak usilan mon puya so me
speaker kalome vina kan minister Zom takin the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation sang hi som ni pan hi bill aron putlu hi kan thlop duwa hetianga bill tra mi pui kan zawai tana tra aron lut hi alomom ka ti khop me kha member Zom tak tenan soi towa the Mizoram Allocation of Business Rule sang ni som pakwa schedule 3 wa khan Commerce and Industry Department te hianin ti tu le chan vo an han te jinga khan engeng moni han siam rem ngai khawma khanga khanin siam rem tur tam tak an lo ne ya heng subject ta la na te hian subject sang aron ta la nga khami noya khan chunga chuan regulation market and market yet tite village market le price regulations of meat tite vegetables and cereals tite kha khang te khada ania amero chu khang subject a khanin enge ni han in shoot rual na entige kan han tiang heng subject ta na hian en kol na mu mal kha lo nutuk lo wanga he dan hi lo piang ta ani a voina hian dan thatak bil thatak kan nei don nin ka ria alomom ka ti khop me kha member zom tak tak tan sueng khan thil re reng hi uluk deuh tak le mu mal taka a buai pui ani lo chuan a buai thina covid 19 rilen lai te pon red mu mal kan nei lo wanga mi pui te har san na lo thleng le mi pui phun thom te po kan han ria wena chuan khang te kha alo ziom karinga hei an zir uluk le in ka ria Commerce and Industry Department, Horticulture Department, Agriculture Department, HNVT Department, Fisheries Department, Food Civil Supply and Consumer Affairs Department, the District Administration, le dang te hian study group siamin he bill tuna kan putlu mek hi an lo zir chiang to a thain arin tlak le in ka ria tin kha kong dung le mani du na mun huna om ze nei lo en phau te po kha an ron soya ati khopin ka ria khang te po kha eng market atam thiang ber lak lu tu man ni tur te kha alomong katia in Aizawl Municipal Corporation po hian kong sira in zuar te tan hian helai po hian helai kan kom thlang sir loka po hian vendor te tan ruam man na siama heng vendor te po hi mumal takin rin ne te po helai horti kot vela te po kan hanin zuara a fel fai so tang reng khop maya amero chu a ret han bituk tele khanga khan ti tur tam tak ma bak i kan la nei ani entinan vok te po mi zo chuan a sum zong ten kan ti a in chi zong ten kan ti a ri zong kha ni lo chuan vok kha i in chi som li pa ning theu thewa po han a rong sei zong kha i ai nang lo wa chu wang chuan a wait kha a ri zong khai nang tat lo mai chu wang chuan a ri zong mu mal taka e ruam man han siam te kha a tul khop me ni pui ta tan po pu speaker tin an na tel khat theu po kha a in tiat lo viau mai ni chu wang chuan he thil tuna voina bil lo lut a hian mu mal taka ka tianga dan anom tur te kha kan zawaya tan mi hau saberte mi la thei berte kan zawaya tana tangkai tur le i kan chor em tur ani a tin sarkar en kol ni lem lo mi mal pol VC NGO ten market an lo siamang te po mu mal taka registration siama ruam man na siam ani tur te hi alomom katia sarkarin dana siam te le alek ko nu puna po mumal taka heng te po hi enzuya kan VC local council te pona an lo tho phitul donin ka sia chu tianga dan mumal tak a om thei chuan ma son na sat nge ni sathiang him te chome thiang him tui tak te dan nuaya fresh takin tin abu dik takin kan lei thei donin ka sia alomom ka ti khop maya he bil voina ron lu thi kan zawai tan ani angin i karon thop tua pas nge yang u tin karon thop ani pu speaker ka lo me
ngai huna mang thiam hle mai thi kan chol huna kan chol renga dar nia kan lut le don nia